Developing a drawing is really nothing more than a process of asking questions. Where is this relative to that? How large is X relative to Y? What is the width of A relative to B? How dark is this part of the drawing relative to that part? These are the questions that we ask in the course of developing a drawing. And the more questions that we do ask, the better resolved our drawing is going to be. So think of a scientist doing research. Not that I'm a scientist and not that I've done any scientific research. What do I know? But here's what I imagine. A scientist will have a question about something. I wonder what the mass of a quark is. I don't know. And what do? Well, you have a question, you try to answer it with experiment, right? You try to come up with a way of making an observation or taking a measurement or something that you can then work with to calculate an answer to that question. We are really doing the same thing when we're drawing. We will have a million questions about where things are, how large things are, what angle something should be at, what position something should be. And what do? Well, we ask questions, and the only questions we can ask are questions that are relative to the data that we have available. And the data we have available is all of our landmarks, all the things that we've found so far. And so we can consult that data to try to find an answer to our question. And I like to phrase it this way because to me it gets at the core of this, which is that there is no single set procedure for doing any of this. Like I'm walking you through a procedure that is basically the same each time. We're going to find the top and bottom and the major axis and calculate the width and then start blocking in the shape. But in terms of what landmarks we look for first, second, third, 16th, that is largely up to you, and it's probably going to be different in every scenario.